Picture this. You are a graphic designer for one of the world's top marketing firms. You are at the office, it's 4:32 on a Friday afternoon, and the weekend has almost begun. Just as you think it's time to pack up your things and head home, you see a new email come in. The email is from your boss. It turns out one of your largest clients, a dog food company, needs 5 logos, urgently. The dog food company has recently done a study. They've learned that psychologists are the smallest proportion of their customer base. In an attempt to attract more psychologists to buy their dog food, they are coming out with a new product called Dognition. Not only have they requested 5 logos, they have requested 5 logos that are themed around cognitive principles. The good news is, you learned about something in design school called Gestalt principles, which are psychological rules about how humans interpret and organize visual information, so you decide to base your designs around those. You begin with the principle called figure ground. This design, following the principle, uses positive and negative space to separate the focal point from the background. The viewer perceives the image as a distinct object, able to differentiate the foreground from the background. The dog bone creates a canvas for the dog silhouette to reside. Next, you work on a principle called proximity. This principle establishes that elements near one another are grouped together in our minds, and even though these ovals are not representative of anything in particular, because they are close enough together, laid out in a specific way, our brains perceive them as one object instead of several. For the third logo, you use closure. This principle explains that our minds have the ability to create whole images, even though they may be lacking connection. We close the gaps presented within the image with predictive and expectational mechanisms. The fourth logo uses a principle called similarity. This logo presents a group of dogs by using repetitive, similar shapes. Because the objects share the same form, they are grouped together into a single image in our brain, categorizing them as a pattern. The variation in color demonstrates contrast and how it creates emphasis for visual focus. Finally, your last logo uses a principle called good continuation. This logo presents a single image broken up by several lines. Our minds assume the image continues, and although we can see that it is not one whole object, we perceive it as such, as if the white lines were not there, and our eyes move from one object to the next. Now that all 5 logos are complete, you can send them off to your boss and clock out for the weekend, resting assured that you did a job well done.